tourist friend, the magnificent gate we see now is called Wumen, which is the southern gate of the Forbidden City and also its main entrance. In the past, people used the 12 earthly branches to record time and directions. Z represents due north, while Wu represents due south. Therefore, the southern gate of the Forbidden City was named Wumen. The entire structure of the Meridian Gate is arranged in a staggered manner, with buildings of varying heights, echoing each other on the left and right, resembling a spreading phoenix. However, it actually represents the vermilion bird, while the other three gates of the Forbidden City symbolize the four traditional mythological creatures in Chinese culture: the front vermilion bird, the rear black tortoise, the left azure dragon, and the right white tiger. When it comes to the Meridian Gate, everyone knows the saying decapitation at the Meridian Gate. But actually, as the main gate of the imperial family, how could the Meridian Gate be used for public executions? In the past, this was the place where emperors issued imperial edicts, held important ceremonies, and celebrated important holidays. It was also where the emperor's authority was demonstrated with grand processions. However, in history, there was indeed a punishment carried out outside the Meridian Gate called court caning. During the Ming Dynasty, if someone challenged the emperor at court, they would be taken to the square outside the Meridian Gate to be caned on their buttocks, which was known as court caning. In the 14th year of the Zhengde reign of the Ming Dynasty, the emperor insisted on selecting beauties from the southern region. When this was announced, dozens of officials jointly submitted a memorial criticizing the emperor, which ultimately angered his divine power. They were taken outside the Meridian Gate and punished with court caning, and several officials were beaten to death on the spot. With such incidents happening frequently, rumors and gossip about decapitation at the Meridian Gate emerged. Actually, the place where real beheadings occurred in the past was around Beijing's Keishikou area. In addition, when viewed from the front, the Meridian Gate has only 3 openings. However, there are 2 side gates called Yamen located under the city terraces on both sides of the Meridian Gate. These 2 gate openings extend east and west, then turn north and exit from the north side of the city terrace. Therefore, when viewed from the back of the Meridian Gate, there are 5 openings, which is what we usually refer to as the visible 3, hidden 5. During the Ming and Qing dynasties, the main gate in the center of the Meridian Gate was exclusively used for the emperor's entry and exit. Officials of 3rd rank or higher would enter through the left gate, while royal family members and nobles would use the right gate. Officials below 3rd rank could only enter and exit through the left and right side gates, following the system of civilian on the east, military on the west. However, there were exceptions. During the imperial examination held in the Qing dynasty, the top 3 scholars, or the first place scholar, second place scholar, and third place scholar, were allowed to leave the palace through the main gate on the day the list of successful candidates was announced as a reward. On the day of the emperor's wedding, the empress being married could also enter the palace through the main gate, but this was only allowed once in her lifetime. One last point to mention is that when viewed from the front of the Meridian Gate, its main entrance is square-shaped. However, if you walk through the gate and turn back to look, you will find that its archway has become round. This actually represents the concept of the sky is round and the earth is square in Chinese traditional culture, symbolizing that entering the Meridian Gate means entering the palace where the emperor resides.